try to make sure we teach our children all of life's valuable lessons to help them be prepared for life's daily struggles. But let's be honest, some lessons are harder to teach than others. Our next guest, Dr. Greg Steinberg, is here with the tools your child will need to be prepared for whatever obstacles they might face. Dr. Steinberg, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. Now, every parent wants to help their children become as prepared as possible. Why did you write this book, Flying Lessons?
Well, in my consulting work, I discovered that parents have trouble teaching their children success strategies, and that's a virtual toolbox of success strategies.
Great, and you actually have some tips you're going to share with us right now. First, you say you can help your child with their vision. Tell us about that.
Well, to be successful, you have to have a vision, you have to have a plan, you have to be committed to that plan, and you have to enjoy the journey. I think those are the 4 steps, but the hardest part of that is having a vision. And I tell parents one of the secrets to teaching their children to have a great vision is you have to ask them to discover their strengths,
right,
and then let them write down their values, discover their values, and then also write down a purpose statement. And then here's the kicker. Have your child pick 2 or 3 careers they might choose. Okay. And then write a persuasive paragraph to you using your strengths, using your values, and using your purpose statement. And the one that fits the easiest will probably be the right career path and ultimately the vision that they should take and then be committed to that vision.
Right. And at what age should they do this?
Well, you could do it at any age. You know, I would think this would be maybe between 14 and 18. I know a lot of children are struggling to figure out what they're going to do with their life, and the earlier they figure it out, the better.
Absolutely. Great. And your second tip, you say becoming more optimistic using the TUF strategy, TUF. Tell us about that.
Well, as everybody knows, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, but he was the most optimistic person because he believed every road that became an obstacle is really a road to success because he ultimately was optimistic. He used the TUF strategy. T stands for temporary, U stands for unique, and F stands for flexible. And what I mean by that is if someone fails, if they blame it on things that are temporary, I don't feel so well, they blame it on things that are unique, like let's say the chapter that I failed didn't, the next chapter is different, so I'm going to be successful. And flexible relates to maybe changing our strategy. I need to study different things. Ultimately, if you follow the TUF strategy, you believe even though you failed, you're going to believe success is around the corner. So most people that are successful are optimistic, and they follow this TUF strategy.
That's great, and that's good for anyone, I would think, not just children, us too.
It relates to everything in life.
Great, and your last tip, you say, kick the anxiety habit.
Kick the anxiety habit is this. Bill Russell was one of the greatest basketball players, yet he would always get really, really nervous before a match, a game, because it became a habit. We have to kick the anxiety habit, and the way we do that is not only do we have to think better, but we have to feel better. And how we feel better is by associating relaxation with visualization. And what I mean by that is you have to learn to relax, and then you have to visualize yourself succeeding. And when you pair those together, it actually diminishes your nerves.
Right.
So anybody that has, like, for instance, test anxiety, if a child has test anxiety, they would relax, and then they would visualize themselves succeeding, and ultimately succeeding at the test. And ultimately, when they get to the test situation, their nerves are going to be subsided. So you can change your anxiety through your thinking, but you also have to change your anxiety through your feeling.
Right, so take a deep breath and then a positive outlook, right?
Right, well, you associate that relaxation with the positive thoughts. And when you pair those together, the positive visualizations, then you ultimately control your emotions. And once you master your emotions, you're going to be successful.
That's great. Thank you, Dr. Steinberg.
Thanks so much for having me.
So good to have you. And you can pick up a copy of Dr. Steinberg's book. It's called Flying Lessons. It's available online and in bookstores now.